Moral Interactive, Jovika TV, poised to reach you with the truth.
Hello and welcome. My name remains Jovika and I'm broadcasting from Jovika TV. Today we are looking into some couple of news topics that may be so interesting to each and every one of you guys there. So do me a favor, sit back and listen. I'm gonna just do the airing. Take your time listen, and drop your comment. Tell us your view on the story we're going to be sharing. So, among the headline of the story we'll be sharing today is about a lady who, we don't use some words in the internet these days. As you know, we use our word. Look at the one of the lady and look at the baby. She kpai her son. She kpai her son. So, we're going to be looking into that story now. Is it by mistake? Is it deliberate? As the story unfolds, we'll be able to let you know. So, number two, we'll also be telling you a story of this particular story. These are twin sisters. The twin sisters. They were found. The girl happened to be twin to the brother. I just showed you the picture, and she got missing for 20 years now. At birth, I will narrate the story how it happened. And why I'm telling all these things for us to we should learn and be very, very careful the way things are going in this world this time around. We'll be sharing you that story as well. We'll also be telling you three information about the Nigerian news that must be of essence if time permits. Because naturally and normally, I don't like my video to be too long, 30 minutes, 35, except on an interview, 1 hour or more. So that when some people are going to be watching later, they'll be able to have something they're not going to burn their data so much to be watching. So if these particular stories are very interesting to you, why not begin to share them now? Welcome about those of you who are with me. We need to share them, let somebody learn this. We're going to be discussing them and tell you some things that happen so that we will learn lessons. Things are really happening in this world. Things are really happening. So, and we have to be very, 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 very careful so that we don't fall a victim. So after this short time break, I will head on with the information and begin to narrate the stories as they are. See you on the other side of the program. After this short time break, see you on the other side of the program. If you have never followed us, subscribe, or liked our video, please do us a favor, do that, and God will bless you. All those our returning subscribers, we love you so much. Do us well and continue to follow us. See you on the other side of the program.
Yeah, this is Jovika Television, all the way from California, Syria, all over the world. This is Jovika Television. Come on, yeah, every.
Okay, welcome back. This is Jovika Television, all the way from California, reaching you all over the world, and we are always poised to reach you with the truth and nothing but the truth. We wake up this. I woke up this morning. Today, when I'm talking about this morning, that's our morning here in California. To also plunge myself into the where I normally have my news. One of the news that I belong. The news of this particular wonderful lady who found her missing child for more than 20 years. Who broke that news made my day. As I was still going on, I now saw a very sad news how a mother by her own child. So let me take the news of the buying child before I now begin to discuss the rest of the news with you. So then follow me as we move on. Look at her picture and the baby. And I read the news says her like this. Woman stabbed her 11-month and 3 years old son to death in New York. You can see the picture there. She thought the kids were devils. Heartbroken family of the woman who stabbed her 11-month and 3 years old two sons to death. The heartbroken relative of the 11-month, 3 years old boy found fatally stabbed in an overwhelming, battered way. Their mother suspected of buying them in obsessed with the demons. Octavius and his 3-year-old siblings, Darshan Fleming, were found repeatedly stabbed in the neck and torso on Saturday night, November 26th, in a family shelter in Echo Place near the Grand Concourse in Mount Hope, Brooklyn, New York. Police said so. The child, the police believe that the boy's mother, Domian Branda Fleming, stabbed them to death, though an autopsy will determine if the children died of their wounds or from drowning. Fleming, 22, is undergoing psychiatric care and has not yet been charged. They were beautiful children and they did not deserve to die. It is simple. It is simple of that. It is as simple as that. Beverly Hill, the paternal grandmother of 11-month-old victim, Octavia, Canada, told the Daily News that they were beautiful. Tell the Daily News so. They were so beautiful and they had no reason to lose their life. Octavia's father, Columbus from Canada, 31-year-old, told the police that he had been staying in his car after getting into a fight with Fleming the night before. He returned home Saturday night to find the lifeless bodies of the boys. Octavia's great aunt Casey, Canada, said Fleming had been taking obviously talking obviously about demons. She thought that the kids were devils. She said she was afraid of them, said Cassie, the Canada, who looked after both boys and raised their father, Columbus, Canada, like a second mother. But Cassie, Canada, was baffled as to why Fleming would allegedly love them for sure. Cassie Canada said that wasn't fake. Fleming clashed with both her mother and relative and Canada family. Cassie Canada said, there wasn't a moment I was around her. There wasn't a moment I was around her son. She was loving with the children, but with the adult who could change in a moment. The great aunt said she just snapped life away from the children. Fleming's father, Don D. Fleming, said he was skeptical about whether his daughter could have killed her children. He also said he believed his daughter has post, postpartum depression, a condition that a condition a young mother has been hoping to treat. Domio was going through some stuff, and down Fleming and my sister said she will take the kids and the Domain going to the hospital, and we will get some help for the Domain wanted to get treatment for herself. Domain Fleming was raised by a family friend while her father, Domain Fleming, was incarcerated and her mother was out of the picture, according to the father. She had spent time in a group home after repeatedly running away from her father as a teenager, he said. Now, this story happened to be that the story of a young lady that was raised by a single father. Though the father at the time committed an offense that took him to the prison, and when the man was incarcerated, so the mother was nowhere for to be found. So the lady grew up and got married to the father of these two children that were their life was taken away from them. So the story has it that the father had an altercation with the mother that he resorted into sleeping his car. And when he thought that the problems are over, he came back to the excuse me. He came back to the house only to find the lifeless body of his two children, 3 months old and 11 months old and 3 years old. Almost a year, 11 months old and 3 years old. So they came and called the police. The police arrested the lady and took her to, first of all, psychiatric to examine if she was normal. But according to the report, that she said that it seems like those child are demons. That she always suspect them to be demons. That she's not comfortable with the way they behave, blah blah blah, and all the rest of them. Now, my lesson I want to, or information I want to pass off here, whenever you are angry, please watch your action. For me, whatever that happened, whether she suspects they are demon or not, because if she has been suspecting they are demon, why will it be now that she has an altercation with the father? Would be the time to tamper with their lives. Why now? Anger must have played a role in this particular problem. We should watch whenever we are angry, the action we take. Almost everybody is victim of that. Everybody gets angry. But the problem, the action you take when you're angry determines what will be the result of your anger. Naturally, everybody has anger issue. But as I said, it is the action that you take when you are angry makes you matured or immature, makes you to be reasonable or unreasonable. So you have to be very careful. The action you take whenever you're angry. Now, she has taken the life of these innocent children who did nothing to her, suspecting her to be whatever she might be thinking. So, in other words, things that also happens in our Africa, happening here, over here in America. There are demons everywhere. She's suspected to be demon. Look at the lady. There are demons everywhere. Some of you will say, where are these people surviving? Is it only Africa we have demons? Is it only Africa we did this thing? They are everywhere. If you don't have a good conscience and you don't have God in you, the word of God in you, you can misbehave and to be carried away by that. So that's about that particular story. So let me go to the second story after another short time break. I'll tell you the story that made my day. I was so happy. This story, you need to be very happy and be happy. A child that was stolen for 20 years was recovered. I will tell you how it all happened. It's a very surprising story. We'll see you on my second story for today. See you that time.
Moral Interactive, Jovika TV, poised to reach you with the truth.
Welcome back, and we are always poised to reach you with the truth. So the second story I want to share today is a story of about a man. I'll be giving you their name, that never knew that she had a twin, that the wife was pregnant for twin. So let me give you the name, and I'll begin to tell you the story as you enjoy as I share the story here right now. So the story has it that a man called Okudilis, a native of Obunike in Oyi local government area of Anambra State. Anambra State. It was still like a dream, as they never knew that they had twins. So the story has it that this man called Okudili is a lecturer, and the wife, they were all academicians. They are well to do. So good enough. Look at the picture of the girl and the boy. Then look at the picture of the mother. So this issue happened that about in 1998, when the woman got married earlier before 1998, 97, thereabout, She was looking for the fruit of the womb. She was really praying to have her own children. And unfortunately, they were not really forthcoming. At a time, God, in His infinite mercy, visited them, and she had her baby. She became pregnant without even knowing that she was pregnant for twins. But in their church, they were calling her Mama Ejima based on the way they saw her body one, and based on the prophecy that was given to her in that church. So people were calling her Mama Ejima, meaning mother of twins. But she went to the hospital. That's why we need to be very, very careful. A lot of things are happening. So when she got to the hospital to put to the bed, she delivered her children without knowing what happened to the female. They only gave her the boy. They only gave her the boy, the one you are seeing by the left-hand side here, or right-hand side. It depends on where the angle you're looking from. So the boy was the one they gave to her, and the girl was taken away from her. And it was suspected that the lady was sold out by the collaboration with the nurse. Do you know that this kind of case has been happening almost every day in our society? I will tell you one story, the one I know that is still happening. It's a case that is ongoing. So they sold the baby in collaboration with the nurse, and the baby is there growing. A woman that bought the baby, let me give you the name of the woman. Thank God for that woman. The parents of this are the professor of education, planning, and he's also a rector and provost of our Saviour's Institute of Science, Agriculture, and Technology College of Education, OCTEC College of Education. However, recently discovered in a dramatic twist of fate that his wife, Gloria Okodele, had twins baby in 2022. Wow. Although she did not know that she was pregnant with twins, people in her church had always called her name Mama Ejima, meaning mother of twins. The twin female one, Juliet Agolanda. Look at where she stayed now. She had another name. They gave her name Juliet Agolanda. I was probably stolen by birth at birth and sold to one Mrs. Chidimma Marietta. Mrs. Chidimma Marietta happened to be the one who bought her when the arrangement was made. Marietta Agolanda, by the owner of the defunct Madonna Infirmary Hospital. The hospital is no longer in existence, but that was where the incident happened in 2002. One doctor, Oguanoa, in connivance with his nurse when her mother delivered her on July 18th, 2002. Julie, a student of the Alex Ekwebe Federal University of Ebonyi, mysteriously, but as fate had programmed it, had gone to a shop located at Tinker's Corner, Enugu, a few poles away from her residence, to learn hairdressing. The journey, fortunately, had become a journey of new reality, as the shop was rented to her trainer, Madame, by her biological mother. Have you seen something there? So this girl, after learning how to do her hairdressing, the girl that is still living with her, the woman that who bought her, the Marietta. So she finished when she was settled. She was looking for a shop. She happened to get a shop in her mother's shop without knowing that that was her mother. She got this shop, and it happened to be her own mother rented the shop to her, and she started staying in the shop. So as she keeps staying in the shop, people will come, ask her. It's her name is, as I said earlier, her name is Julie. They will ask her, Julie, is Madam Gloria your mother? She will say no. They will ask the woman, Madam, is this your daughter? She will say no. They say, two of you look alike so much. This thing repeatedly happen. Everybody, this girl look like you. This girl look like, anywhere they see her in that shop, when you go, you look like your landlady. So I don't know, she's not my mother, but they said, no, you guys, when the whole thing became so, no, I don't know, so serious, the woman said, I need to find out what is going on. So what happened? What did she do? As fate would have it, a woman in the next shop, Mrs. Gloria Okodele, was a real mother. Soon after Julie, as she is reportedly, oh, the shop she rented was very close to her own biological mother without her knowledge. So, and when people see her by the side, they say, "This guy, is he your daughter?" No, as I said earlier. So look at what happened. As she popularly started learning hairdressing, people visiting the shop began to ask both Julie and whether she is the daughter of the woman in the next shop. The same question was also being asked Gloria whether she is the mother of Julie because they too they look alike, they have resemblance, they resemble. While the argument of the question continued, Julie reportedly sought for a paternal test to be put on and to end to these rumors. So the rumor was so much that people were even rumoring. Now, who knows if this woman go do the away match? Whether now the husband go do away match? Don't you know? Trust people now. The rumor was everywhere, and they keep disturbing. Every woman say, "What kind of embarrassment is this?" Every day people will be every day, except they didn't see that girl and see her. Anybody who visited that and say, "Madam, is that your child?" She had been answering questions. She became tired. I said, "Beg, this nonsense has to stop." What did she do? While the argument on the question continued, Julie reported. So she now went for a partner. Let's run a test on this girl and run a test on me and my husband. Let's know what is going on. Speaking with Sahara Reports, Mrs. Gloria Kudri said that she had never in her life, okay, to put to the end to this embarrassing question. To their greatest surprise, when the DNA test was conducted, the result returned 99.99996% positive, showing that she is actually the daughter of Okodele. They run a test on her, and she discovered that this girl is the daughter to Okodele, the man, the provost. So, and when she was narrating the story to the judge, she said in her had never had at least 20 years plus that she never felt that she gave birth to a twin that neither suspected that one of her twin was stolen. She never knew or had or believed that she had a twin. Never also knew that there's no way she's having any child elsewhere. This is a woman that I've been asking and waiting for God to visit her with the fruit of the womb. And the one that can God decide to visit her with twins, human being, say no, you will never have twin in your life. In her church, they call her Mama Ejima. Everywhere they call her Mama Ejima. What is making them to call the Mama Ejima? Nobody knew. But they never knew that she is actually Mama Ejima. She really gave birth to twins. But human being, the fellow human being, saying he can never have it. And this how this man was lost her own baby, one of her child. They stole it away at birth. Whether normally they would drug her, she wouldn't know where she is, and she would deliver her children, and they would take the one they want to take. So what happened? Actually, what happened was actually that she got pregnant in September 1997. However, by 1997, 1999, that she was waiting for the fruit of the womb because I couldn't take in so many so my sister-in-law recommended that we meet a gynecologist, one Dr. Ogunana. Then he was the head of the family clinic of the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, Enugu, but also had a private hospital in New Haven called Madonna Family Hospital. She told us that she was good at fertility medicine. Most of these doctors that have private lawyer, I didn't say it's wrong, but we should be very careful. Most time, if you meet them at the general hospital or government hospital, they give you some skeletal approach to your treatment or attention. They will not be serious with you, but when you come to their private, they will give you the best. Some of them do it, but it's not supposed to be so. Sometimes people say don't blame them, it's because of the condition of the country. They are being old, they are not being paid well. Some people say, but for me, you don't because of the situation and change whom you are. Don't let your environment change whom you are. That is me, if I'm to say. Let's go ahead. That was how she went to the hospital after a series of tests. He concluded that I had hormonal imbalance. He now placed me on a 2 drugs. The woman was narrating a story. 2 drugs, Paloded and the clomide. Those drugs enhance ovulation, which can trigger multiple fertilization. I started the medication in late 2000. And in October 2001, I took in. I went for the pregnancy test and came out positive. I also went to see Dr. Ogunana Ogwanwa, Dr. Ogwanwa, and after he conducted another test, it was positive. From the time he continued managing the pregnancy till I delivered, I didn't visit any other hospital. Now, the question remains, is it really advisable to stick to one hospital when you have when you need medical attention? Is it advisable to stick to one hospital based on what is happening in Nigeria now? We'll go ahead. I need your reaction on this one, comment and reaction. I didn't visit any other hospital or carry out pregnancy tests outside his hospital. So Dr. Ogwanwa had an ultrasound machine which he had used to monitor the baby growth and performance. On one of the days I went to the antenatal, he said, and the baby is a precious child. I'm using his words. This is the precious child, oh God, I worship you. He has he was so happy, and I also was happy. He said he is a boy. He says so. So as he will always maintain to be visiting the same doctor, and doctor told him, this, you have a child, and it's a very wonderful child. This story that listen to this side. So he's a very wonderful child, and he says it's a miracle child, it's a powerful child. Yes, the woman was so happy. Somebody who had been looking for the fruit of the womb for a couple of years, and God visited her. But God was so faithful and to bless her with two children, a boy and a girl. At least if she have two of them, she don't need to go and stop those for another child if none other one happened to come. But unfortunately, human being, a doctor, connive with a nurse, deny a blessing that God was sending your way. I pray for you, watcher. May nobody divert any blessing that is coming to your family. May nobody twist your favor that is coming. May nobody block the good thing that God is bringing your way. I pray for you. May anybody who also trying to do, may God remove that person out of your way. Your blessing will be complete, not half and half. In the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Although Gloria said that in her church at St. Mulumba Catholic Church, New Heaven, Enugu, that people used to call her Mama Ejima, that is the mother of twins. When she was pregnant, however, Dr. Ogwanam never told her that she was pregnant for twins, or was pregnant with twins. Whenever he checked my pregnancy in ultrasound, he would always say, the baby boy is kicking fine. So in other words, this is a premeditated plan, or he has already made this plan to take away this baby from this woman. It's already planned. So that's why he took his time, that whenever the woman visited, he will only tell him, oh, your boy is doing good, the boy. And he presented the boy to them so that they will not start bothering themselves to see another one. So on 12th of July, 2002, I went for antenatal care. And after going through the ultrasound again, he said, this is a precious child. Oh, it is a baby boy. So let me go down. Let me run down. On getting to the hospital, Gloria said the doctor instructed one eukarya. That was the day when she was ready to give birth today. One eukarya, a chief nurse, to put pity coin on drip for me. I didn't know what that drip was all about initially, but later I got to know that it was for labor inducement. Thereafter, the nurse took me to one of the private rooms. It was time when the lady, but not yet time to be delivered because she has never started any contraction. So the nurse took me to one of the private rooms upstairs. Look at, they were treating her as if she's a special candidate. But because they have their plan, they have already taken the money to deliver. So she put the drip in an injection in the Piticon on the drip. After the Monday morning, I didn't see the doctor again until Wednesday night. But the nurse continued with the inducement drug. Continued. Look at they put her that inducement for how many days? Monday, Tuesday, until Wednesday. Continuing, she said that the nurse would continue changing the drip until Wednesday night when the doctor came and increased the inducement until 12 midnight of the same day. When she went into first level, child, the first level to her on the Wednesday, when they put to the drug again, I was getting weak. And you know, when you are in labor, you don't have to eat. So I was so weak. In the evening, my husband came and he saw me and how I was really relying on the pen, relying on the pen. And she said, we will not go back to the house, that he would stay with me. But because they know what they were up to, the nurse today and other nurse started pursuing him to go home so that they will take care of me. That it is their job to take care of me. I'm using a caring husband. You know, I have interacted with some women. They tell you their husband is not caring. I'll be delivering. He will just go his way. But this man came to show love unto his wife, to stand by the wife, at least to give her time. They not say, no, no, it's our duty. Go, 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 please go. They sent her because they had plans. I'm going to tell you another story, that one that is happening now, this kind of scenario. With a church, a church. After so much persuasion, he agreed and went home. He left around 11:30 p.m. By midnight. I started having labor. By midnight, the moment I started having labor. This is the 4 days now. Unfortunately, the hospital used to be filled with women who either had delivered their babies or were in labor. But that very night, between 12th September, Wednesday 17th, there was no single pregnant woman in that hospital. Earlier on that Wednesday, when they removed the pit gun on me, my instinct told me why not go around and check the private ward to see who are going to have their babies delivered at night. So I started going around, opening room after one room. I opened the first door, there was nobody. The second door, there was nobody. And when I opened the third one, I saw one woman lying down. She was not pregnant, but she was lying there holding a book. And because of my eyes problem, I couldn't say whether it is a prayer book or a novel. I I said story. I said sorry. I closed the door. Are they here? So something told her, go around. This is a hospital that always have many people to come and put the bed. And she that day, unfortunately, nobody was there to come and put the bed. No women for delivery, the pregnant women. She started walking around the hospital, opening doors to all the private rooms, only to find the third one. One woman was lying down. No, she was not pregnant, but she's in the labor room, one of the private labor room, holding a book, reading a book. When they now led me in the top of my delivery bed, I was so weak, but I had a strong spirit. In the room, it was only Dr. Ogwanwa and Nurse Ude. At some point, Ikeria Ude climbed on me, and I was like, what is happening? This is the first time I am put into bed. I don't know the procedure, and I thought that that is how children are being delivered. They climbed on her. When she came out to the top of me, blocked my view from what the doctor was doing. You know, when you are in the delivery bed, you will raise your two legs up, and was so weak to know whether they were doing so. So the nurse was pressing my stomach. The next thing, she disappeared, and I was left with the doctor, Obanam. When I wanted to get up, the doctor shouted, lie down, lie down. The placenta hasn't come out yet. I started praying and shouting, and they were asking me to push. After some time, I felt relieved, and those excruciating pain I was having suddenly disappeared, and they asked me to get up. Not quite long, Nurse Ude brought a baby and told me, this is your son. I named him Nzubechuku, naming God's will. Remember, before the nurse Eukaria Ude left, they asked me to push, and I know I pushed. I also pushed another one, which I pushed, and all the pain disappeared in my womb. They gave me tears, which I later started having problem with. I had a problem with, and I was taken back to the doctor They did tattoo and introduced one drug that I needed with hot water. Speaking on the how he came to discover she had a daughter 20 years after, Gloria said sometime in March 2021, she gave out of her three shops to rent to one of the women. However, after 3 months later, a girl came to her, inquire after the woman's whenever she had good at hairdressing. The girl, who now turned to be my own daughter, said that she was asking because she wanted to learn hairdressing from the owner of the salon. Wow. So I told her that she was not around, but could now come later to check for her. And she left until one fateful day. I was in my shop when a woman came, Mrs. Agolanda. She called me, Madam, please come and join us. She said she came to sign an agreement for my daughter to learn the hairdressing here. She came with a crate of malt and biscuits. So I came out and sat down in front of the shop and bought a bottle of malt and biscuits. After that day, the girl started walking. Not quite too long. People coming to the shop started asking, saying, "That girl is resembled me and my son. It resembled you and your son." They said she was resembled me. And look at him and the son here. Look at the girl and the brother. Did that girl resemble you and your son? They said she was taking the way, she was talking the way I was not interested in the talking because they still that like this guy even talks like you. But she said she was not interested because I didn't know that I delivered twin in that hospital. And people were talking, I said I have son that people can resemble other people. I said, yes, I have a son. Yes, true that people can resemble people, but people, you should stop disturbing me. Look at the woman, the mother, and look at the one that bought the lady, bought the child. This was going until the day when we are able to go to fix their hair. Immediately, I came out from the shop. Some people called the girl, Julie, and asked her, when did you say you were born? She responded on 18th July 2022. I was like, is that the day I gave birth to my son? Who's Mechuku? And now people were saying, that resemble me. I asked her, are you sure when you were born? She said, yes, at Ezani, New Heaven. I said, there is no hospital at Ezani, maternity hospital in Ezani. She took her phone and called the mother. She has asked where she said I was born. And the mother replied, Ezani. There were no further questions, and I left. You understand? So that day she called the girl, said, where were you even born? She said, she mentioned the name of the hospital. I said, there's no hospital there. He called the mother. The mother repeated the same hospital that, but maybe the hospital has already closed. The next day she came begging mommy, the next day she came beginning, mommy, please forgive me. I wasn't born in 18 July. I was born in 14 June. I was like, what is going on? She also said that her mother said she was born somewhere in Ababa. Can you see? When lies begin to grow, we forgot that he has already said something. They will keep misplacing. Truth is always constant. So after some time, she started coming close to me. Sometimes, if she is not doing anything in her shop, she will come to my shop and she will be discussing and be laughing. Thereafter, she started coming close to my family. So one day, I asked her, do you know your weight of birth at birth? And she said her foster mother told her she weighed 2.2 kg. But my son used to be weighed 3.8 kg. I used to tell her stories about my son that he used to carry when he was tender. She also said that her foster mother told her the same thing, that they used to carry a lot. They used to cry a lot. So, in other words, what the son, when they delivered the son, he took the son home. He said the son cried so much. I remember this cry was because of his missing his sister. Have you seen it? It's because he is missing his sister. And the sister on the other way was also crying. So he said the mother told him that you cry so much when you were small. This one would also cry so much when he was small. This one. So I used to tell her that my story about my son, that he also cried when he was so tender. So she also said that my foster mother told me her the same thing, that she used to cry a lot. She started saying many things about her childhood, that she often told her foster mother that she is a twin and that she was a twin brother, that whenever they provoke her, she will go and carry her twin and say, "This is not my home. I will go to my house." And they hear this one, that whenever this girl gets angry or they beat her, something happens to her, she said, "This is not my home. I will go to my house." As young as she was, since that time, now this world, I go to my house. She will carry her things and be going around the house, child. That she had done. She has done that for more than three. She has done this more than 3 times because of how they have been maltreating her, child. So this child, whenever she's been maltreated so badly, she will carry her bags and be going around. She said, "This is not my. I know that this is not my home. I want to go to my home, but nobody will take her to her home." Child, she never knew. Just her instinct keep telling her, "You don't belong here." If you are listening to this story and you're watching, there is any of your blessings that have been thrown away, removed from you, may they never have peace until they return it back to you. They will bring it back to you, and you will receive what belongs to you. Any of your thing that is missing, may it be recovered. Child, can you see? This is this boy and the sister. So we continued boarding. So when she rented that shop, she and her mother became so close. They were boarding themselves without knowing he was simply boarding with a child. Mrs. Okunin said that adding, one day she requested for a contact lens, that her glasses was bad. My husband said, "So you have eye problem?" And she said, "Yes." She said that when she initially told her foster parent that she had eye problem, that they started quarreling with her until one of her teachers, guide and counselor, called her foster mother to get glasses for her. The teacher, according to her, told foster mother that her eye problem are hereditary. So my family has eye problem, myopic, which runs in our family. I have it. My son has it. So saw when she saw that my son was wearing contact lenses, she requested to have one. So my husband told her to ask her son. Can you see both of them wearing glasses? So she complained to the foster mother that bought her. "Please, I need a glasses." Oh my God. Now this guy really went through something. Oh, please, I want to beg in the name of God, help me do this. Help me do this. Now, if you have never done this, help me do this.
Now, this is a very simple song, and I trust that as you say.
Welcome back. Sorry for that mix up. Welcome back. So Nzube should become the brother. Immediately, the girl complained about the eye problem. They connected her to Nzube. Nzube, the brother, now took her to his eye doctor. He said that when they came when they came back, they said that the doctor, after examining, they asked whether they are siblings, but they have the same eyeglasses. Under the sea, when the son took this friend, by then she was a friend of the mother, to a doctor, they said, "Two of you have the same, see everything, the same thing. Are you guys siblings?" And she said, "No." So around March this year, the girl started asking her foster parent, "Look, there is one woman in our church. She wrote a text message that I resemble her, and even her son. So the way they talk, the way they think, but I have watched all your family members, but I haven't seen one." resemblance. Daddy, who do you I resemble in Agolana family house? Chai, chai. So the lady started asking, see, the woman wrote me a text message that I resemble her, I look like her. You look like her son too. He said, Daddy, but look in your own family. Where do I belong? Who is my brother here? Who do I look like? Who do I resemble in your family? The whole lineage of this particular family. Who do I look like? I don't have any resemblance in this family. I don't belong here. All right, child. Oh my God. Oh my God. So he replied that she resembled one of his sisters that died 20 or 30 years ago. What did I see? I say, yeah, I resemble one of my auntie that 20 or 30 years ago. According to my daughters, she said that whenever she is in that village, people will be asking her, who is your father? Is and what who is your mother? The people will always look at her like a stranger. She said that a foster mother will always tell her, don't worry, that is how God created you. She will tell her that she has a friend that gave birth to 5 children, but 4 of them look alike, but one was so different, and that is how God created them. Probably not convinced. She was not convinced. She was not satisfied with that, with the kind of response you were given to her. She told her foster mother that she was going to do a DNA test with us. And she told her that would not that all the glitters are not good, but can do whatever she wants. Mrs. Okode has narrated. So that girl on that particular being worried did not say, please permit me, I want to go and do a DNA test with this particular family. So she said some of the fateful morning, the girl came to my shop and said, please, I want to go and do a DNA test with you, ma. He was not telling the real mother. She even told the foster mother, but she said that not all glitter that are gold. It was like, don't, you were telling her not all that glitter that are gold. Be careful. I said, all right. I said, all right. I will tell my husband when he comes back and he traveled. So when the real mother said you're gonna tell the husband. So when my husband returned, I told him this girl came to my shop and requested a DNA test with you. The father on July 27, 2022. The girl came to our house herself and we went for the DNA test. When we got there, they asked us questions and said we should sign some documents for them. I signed, my husband signed, the Julie gladly signed. Julie, the daughter signed. After they collected their samples, they asked us to go that the result will be out in 2 months time. In September, 2 months after the test came out, my husband called me on the night that the DNA was out. He said, I and Okodele Michael is the biological father of Juliet because we didn't put Agolana. Now we wrote Juliet Okodele. So Juliet Okodele is our biological daughter because the 99.99% sent that results show that this man, Mr. Okodele, Professor Okodele, is the biological father of Juliet Agolana. I started shouting that night. I called my mother, because she has seen the girl one day. She met her in a shop, and of the day she came into Enugu. After that incident, after Enugu, that very day, she called. She said that his girl resembled Nzubechukwu, my son, and embraced and hugged her. So when the result came out, I told my mother, in my village, there was joy, so many people. So my husband now came back in September 10, 2022, being Sunday, and said he wanted to tell Juliet first, and he was called her and told her the result of the DNA test. Before the test, Julia said that if the test comes out negative, that she will cry for the rest of her life. I'm using her words, but if it is positive, I will cry for joy. Check. When the result came out, my husband now told her she requested the result should be sent to her, and my husband did so. She, however, regretted that while they were trying to settle the matter amicably, Mrs. Aguilera wrote a petition to the Inspector General of Police against them, claiming that they were inciting people against her, that she stole their children. In the petition, they stated 25th October titled on urgent appeal to you intervene in the matter that is lynching of our client, Mrs. Marietta Chidinma Aguilera, at the instigation of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Okodere, resulting behind AC Drug Tinker Corner, Old MNA Road, Enugu, stated that on false allegation of child stealing in respect of Miss Juliet Aguilera, legally adopted since the year 2000 and now two years old. Aguilera claimed that she had become a subject of caricature, publicly odium, and hatred. Why wouldn't they hate you? You know how you got this baby, and you don't want to release and give her to the truth. My time have really fast spent. If not, I would have shared you some story that will shock you now that is ongoing. However, speaking with the Sahara reporters, Aguilera stated that she never informed her daughter that she was never her biological daughter, despite several attempts to uncover her paternity. As for documents to show that she legally adopted the girl, she sent a document bearing the Nigerian Red Cross Society Imo State branch. Imo State branch. Meanwhile, the child was adopted or stolen or taken from Enugu. The document titled, to whom it may concern, fostering adoption of baby girl from home, is dated 21st June 2002, was signed by Secretary Chad H.C. Miller. People, I pray for you. If there is any of your favor, blessing that is being taken away by anybody, may God destroy their plan and bring back what belongs to you. The document read that this is the confirmed that Mr. Lawrence Ukachi Aguilera and Mrs. Marietta Chidinma Aguilera from Narambia in Ayazumbi local government area of Imo State, foster of a week of old baby girl from his home. The said baby was born on June 14, 2022. The adopted parents have been advised to report to the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development Owerri, Imo State, for a necessary documentation for child and the court for the legal process adopted order by the child. Now, wow. Can you see? Human beings. But when they asked about the documentation for the Ministry of the Women Affairs, the Social Development, and also other adoption of the required content in the Red Cross Society to cut the long story short. However, to certain the unravel the mystery behind the disappearance of their daughter after birth, Okudre, through their lawyer, Odile Emeka Izuchukwu Esquire, who petitioned to the Inspector General Police for thorough investigation surrounding the mystery. Meanwhile, investigation by the Sahara report showed that the Nigerian Red Cross Society Imo State branch doesn't give children for adoption. The manager of the Red Cross Motherless Home, Mrs. Gochukwu Okosisi, noted that the document to whom it may concern, which being paraded as document for adoption foster for the foster parents of the child, was referenced with reference number. She, however, has no reference number. She has noted that the former state of director of Home of Affairs that was in charge with the that reported they have signed the certificate was notorious, known for child trafficking, aiding. It could be possible that the woman stole a child somewhere and because she knew the man here and issued him with the many concern. Oh my God! Oh my God! So the man, the Red Cross that was in Owerri, the man that was at the helm of affair, is known to be into child trafficking. So the news has it that the woman, having known the man, now came to the woman after stealing the child from Enugu to legalize the adoption of the baby. He confided with the man, and the man wrote some paper. But unfortunately, the reference number, the paper had no reference number. The thing was fake. That was how this family have to recover their baby. Let me know. The story is too long. The story is too long. You can see the picture there. I put in the picture of the woman who by her son, and the picture of the family that yes, the look at the look. I can see the daughter, the son, the mother, and the woman that took her away, or let's say stole her. Look at four of them here. But look at the child and the brother. You can see the resemblance. Look at their glasses. Look at everything. They look alike, so much alike. But this is what human being can do to each other. I'm asking, why this wickedness? Why are human beings are so heartless? Why? 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 I can't stop imagining how people with conscience will do such a thing. You want to adopt a baby, since you know how to do document, why not go through the right process and adopt a baby? Why taking away the one that the woman has suffered to God has given to her? As I talk to you, there's a hospital of a particular big church. I'm not going to mention the name of the church. One of the biggest old Orthodox churches. A hospital in Lagos. The same case, the woman noticed they injected her with medicine, with a drug that she would be unconscious. But God helping her, she was unconscious, but she was still seeing. She would be watching. She wouldn't know what is happening. But she saw when they carried the first baby out of the labor room. Gave her only one. She had two sons. She had already also checked another hospital to confirm she had twins. But they came and told her in the hospital belonging to a church, the hospital belonging to a church, and they told her she has only one. So she said she's going to watch when she will deliver. And she delivered this baby. The baby, there were two. But because of the injection, she couldn't know what they were blocking her view. They took one out. Just like they did to this lady. That woman have to report it to these people that are in charge of child abuse people. The case is still on there as of the time I was monitoring that, but at the point I left that particular case. So why are people so wicked? You can't trust anybody. You can't trust the people who say they are church members. You can't trust people who say they are children of God. You can't trust doctors as well. Who can we trust in Nigeria, in this life, generally? Mother betraying children, children betraying mother. A wife, we saw the other time, a wife arranged a kidnap for his own husband. The other day we saw in the news that he didn't give him money. That's why he had to plan for his kidnap so that he can get money from him. What kind of world are we in? What kind of world? What is this world turning to? Why are men so heartless? I don't know why. I want to beg you. Never you, because of the circumstances of this life, and decide to be whom you are not. There is somebody whom you are. There is something you are. Be whom you are and be real. I rest my case for now. My video is already too long, which I don't normally do. So I want to congratulate the family of Okodele for God returning their baby that was stolen. Congratulations, Ma. Congratulations. It is your day. It's a day of recovery. So I use your prayer to pray for anybody who is in this picture. And they ask God to recover whatever belongs to you that have been taken away. I also pray for the one that lost this one that lost their two children, two powerful young boys, small boy, 3 years and 11 months, by the mother. Look at the mother, how he kpai this one. This one is 11 years old. She kpai her son with saying they are demon, they are devil. May God console the family. She's still being checked whether she's normal. After she'll go to jail. Definitely it's going to be life imprisonment. But the children will remain forever without a mother. What a word. May evil never come near you. Those of you who will watch this thing and pray for yourself, so help me share this video. May evil never come near you. May what you never did to another person, let them not do it to you. And anybody who is planning to do it to you, let it go back to him. I pray for God with protection over your life. May God preserve you and keep you. And allow the light of his countenance to shine upon you. May he give you peace and surround you with joy. May he be well with your soul. Thank you for watching. God bless you. I love you guys. Do me a favor. share the video, and see you again in my next broadcast. See you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Enjoy Vika TV in all social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter, YouTube and Insta Anchor. Truth must be told, Sogi Brodibia or Pastor. Okwa television with the truth is what you ask for. This is Joe Vika Television. Joe Vika Television.